West Coast Show, episode 84.
Settle. And he's got to think about the title of it.
Yeah, because we
Shut
changed
up,
it.
just do it.
I mean, you could just do it like this and have it be really awkward.
Coming to you pre-tape from the LA Mission College Studios in Los Angeles, California. This is the Best Coast Show. I'm your host, Albert Aguilera. That's my producer, Curtis Sage. Curtis, I like what you've done with the place.
Yeah, it's nice. We have a new studio, Albert. It took a long time.
It did take a long time.
It took 10 years, actually. I mean,
We
not for
stopped
us.
filming in July.
It feels like 10 years.
It does feel like 10 years.
But we're here. We're in it.
We are in it.
We'll put some pictures, behind-the-scenes pictures up on the social media.
I want a live band.
When?
Now? Well, not now. It's too late now. But our space is physically large enough to contain a live band.
What would we need a live band for, Albert?
For, like, music in between the segments and stuff.
So, okay, you want like the Roots on here or something like
No,
that.
no,
but
no.
an LA band.
Yeah,
LA
like
live.
an LA band. Keep everything LA themed.
Well, I got that part, but okay, all right.
Make it happen. You're the producer.
We'll
Make
see what
some
we can do.
calls,
We'll see what we
shoot
can
some
do.
tweets.
This was enough
Make
right
some
here.
text messages.
All right, fans, we are back with our second show. We've been on a long hiatus, and today we have a special show for you. It's a Kings episode, and today we have a special guest, Alex Faust. We're going to be doing a Get to Know Alex Faust Day. It's the Alex Faust origin story. I think that's what we're going to call it. We're also going to do Star Wars or hockey player. That's a little segment we're doing. And then we're going to have some bold predictions. And then, of course, our GIF of the day. So, Albert, let's get started.
Guys, welcome back. And with us again today, like Curtis said, is the new voice of the LA Kings, Mr. Alex Faust.
Woo! Glad to be here.
Alex, thanks for making the trek all the way out here.
All the way. Yeah, I had to go up over the mountains, and then I don't even know where I am. I went wherever the GPS told me. If you were to tell me like I was in San Diego or I was in San Francisco, I wouldn't know the difference. I have no idea.
That's how far we are from everything else
Yeah.
and why it's difficult to get guests inside the studio.
I mean, it's just a little driving.
But do you see that? But we are still in Los Angeles.
We're
You know that,
in
right?
LA proper. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're not in.
We're still in LA.
Yeah, we're not like in San Bernardino or
Technically,
But
in
there are
LA.
mountains all around.
yes,
Like,
because we're in the valley.
It's a couple mountains.
the valley, the capital T and capital V.
Yeah,
The
so
valley.
now that you're in Los Angeles and you're a resident and you are now an adopted Los Angelino,
Yeah.
how are you dealing with said traffic?
Fairly well. I don't really commute 9 to 5, so I don't feel that as a part of my daily thing.
Wait a
I
minute.
mean,
You don't commute 9 to 5. Do you have a helicopter?
I commute like 10 to 4.
Oh, 10 to 4, okay,
Like
all right.
that kind of schedule, or like 8 to 2, or
Yes.
it's not a regular 9 to 5.
Yes.
And then on a game night, it's more like 3:30 to midnight. But
And then you got no traffic at midnight.
exactly. That's so. To answer your question, no, not the traffic hasn't been that bad, and I just probably jinxed it big time.
Nice. Well, we have two famous Los Angelinos that use helicopters to get to and from Staples Center.
Really?
Oh, Dodger Stadium and Staples Center. Kobe Bryant
Okay.
was using a helicopter to get from Orange County to Staples Center.
That seems excessive.
And Pui, I don't know where Pui lives, but he uses a
Woodland
helicopter
Hills. I think he's in Woodland
in
Hills.
Woodland Hills to get over the hill to get into Dodger Stadium. Because he was
for like a regular game.
Yeah, because he was late a lot last year, so they said, bro, you can't be late anymore. And then he got that DUI, so then he hired his cousin to be his driver, and then that was making him late,
the
so he just got a
solution is
helicopter.
Helicopter.
Yeah, so if you talk to Robitaille, maybe he can get you a helicopter.
Just in case. Things
Just
get
in
tight.
case.
He's a really cool boss and is the coolest boss I've ever had, but I don't think that conversation would go over well. Yeah, I'm kind
probably
of
laugh.
I'm kind of the new guy in the office, so like I wouldn't want to ask.
But you
for
play a very
helicopter
important
yet.
role.
I mean, some people may think that, but
I think that.
I don't score
think
any
that.
goals or make any saves. So how important could it actually be?
You are the voice of the Los Angeles Kings.
Wait, say that again.
The voice of the Los Angeles Kings.
Wow.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
That sounds really good.
Let's talk a little bit about that. So we need to know more about Alex. So Alex, you're from where?
Brooklyn, New York.
And now you're in Los Angeles.
And now I'm in Los Angeles. So I am like half the people who live here anyway. I'm a New York transplant.
Exactly. I know like 28 Brooklyn
Yeah, you
people.
have decent bagels and okay
Okay.
pizza. It'll work.
All right, it'll work. So give us a little difference between Brooklyn and Los Angeles so far.
Subway.
Subway.
You can not have to drive places. It's weird. I didn't realize how much sprawl there was out here because you see pictures of downtown and I guess mid-city where some of those high-rises are. You don't realize how much it just goes on and on and on. It never ends. And in Brooklyn and Manhattan, okay, you have a clear delineation. Obviously, there's a body of water there. and there are gigantic skyscrapers, and at some point it ends. It extends into Long Island, but the city ends.
Right, it's very condensed.
Right. It doesn't end here. It just goes on forever and ever. So that's the big difference. The traffic, yeah. Although I will argue, New York City traffic is just as bad.
It's horrendous.
It's awful, but there are fewer cars and fewer highways. So it's just on a smaller scale.
Yeah.
Fewer people have to encounter it, so nobody talks about it.
What about the nightlife? Have you,
I haven't done enough to make any kind of judgment on
Okay,
that.
so not yet.
No, not yet.
Got not yet.
Give me a couple years, and we'll try it.
Got it.
Our bars close at 2, though. We're not open till 4 a.m.
Your bars close?
Yeah.
Why would they close?
Because they're like, guys, in Los Angeles, it's like, guys, we have things to do the next morning. So last call, 1:30. We need you out of here.
1:30?
Yeah.
It's terrible.
I mean, that's like Boston. That's
Yeah.
like the Puritans in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
They don't even have happy hour there.
Well, it doesn't mean that
We have
people
happy
aren't
hour.
staying up and
They don't in Massachusetts, and they close at like 1:30. You're just like them. I lived in Massachusetts for 9 years. They don't have happy hour, and they close at 1:30. And you guys may have discounted booze, but
barely. We have barely.
We have
1:30?
good appetizers.
We do have good appetizers.
We have great appetizers.
That'll keep me around.
I mean, that's what a lot of transplants come out here, and they try to tell us that, hey, I'm from New York, so our pizza's the best pizza in the world.
Yeah.
Los Angeles, we don't claim pizzas.
That's
We
okay.
don't claim, what else? We don't claim
Philly cheesesteaks.
Philly cheesesteaks. We don't claim that kind of stuff. We claim hamburgers.
And tacos.
And obviously
yeah.
tacos, yes.
Yeah.
I love tacos.
Tacos are the greatest
I'll
thing
find
ever.
good tacos here.
But that's what we do in Los Angeles. We do burgers. We don't do hot dogs. We don't do pizza. Our staple, what we introduced to the world, was hamburgers.
That's true.
Best burger you've had in L.A.
Oof.
This might be controversial.
Yeah, be
right?
careful. This
know,
might be
and-
controversial.
and, well, let me give a disclaimer that there's a certain company that pays millions and millions of dollars to the LA Kings to be their primary sponsor.
So that
I'm
is your favorite burger right now.
I'm going to give a cop out on that one. And next question, please.
Next,
Why are there baseball bats behind us?
Well,
because our show is all
Wrong
LA
sport,
sports.
bro.
All LA sports.
Not all baseball.
Not all baseball.
Why are you wearing a Dodgers shirt? This is a Kings show.
We're still in the process of building our set.
I thought you said you built a brand new set.
We
It
did build a
is.
brand new set. This
it
is
was a
brand new.
question mark I had too. But how do you fit hockey sticks in half on a wall?
Cut them in half.
Well, I know, but they're okay.
Not that hard. They do it all the
I like it.
He's just deflecting
You
questions.
could turn a hockey stick into like some sort of window cleaner. You just attach a little brush at the end of it.
We might have to do that.
That's
we
also-
might have
that's
to do
very
hockey
true.
sticks top and bottom.
Don't let him distract you. He won't answer the
not that
burger
hard.
question. He's deflecting.
Yeah. He doesn't
I'm not
want to answer the
answering your
burger
question.
question. That's fine.
I've learned well from Jim Fox to not answer the question.
Good idea.
Okay, better question. Have you tried his wine? He has a line of wine.
Yes.
He has a line of wine?
He has a line of wine. And it's really cool because the base of the wine, the outline is like a hockey puck. So it
Yeah.
actually has like a texture you can hold. So
awesome.
you don't accidentally,
Right.
drop it when you're drunk out of your mind
Actually,
because
didn't
you've
know it
drunk
was
so
hockey.
much of it.
I didn't know it was hockey puck rubber. I thought it was just the design thing.
No, hockey puck rubber.
That's awesome.
And yeah, if you look at his 2012, 2014 Vineyard editions, they are
yeah.
they are Stanley Cup editions.
yeah.
Yeah.
So he's a winemaker. He's an entrepreneur.
I'll tell you, his wine.
What's it called?
It's worth it. Patine.
Okay.
Why am I doing a Jim Fox wine commercial?
Well, we need to know about this stuff.
Yeah, we need to know about these
Kings
things.
fans need to
As
know.
if
They
he
need to
doesn't
support.
How many-
self-promote enough. with
How
it?
many
Well, they
Kings
need to
fans?
support.
He's a Kings
I
fan.
didn't
He
know.
didn't know.
I didn't know.
There you go. So
Okay,
it's
good.
Patine.
I'm gonna get some.
Patine.
There you go. With a little thing on the E.
Yeah.
An accent?
Got that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, awesome. I like it.
Okay. What about let's switch gears. Let's go back a little bit.
Okay.
So you went to college in Boston. Mm-hmm. Where'd you go?
Northeastern.
Northeastern. So when you were at
Not in
Northeastern,
Chicago.
not in Chicago,
Yes,
the one in
Boston.
Boston. So when you were in Boston at Northeastern, obviously you're a hockey fan, being on the East Coast.
Mm-hmm.
Was that tough though? Because I'm guessing you were a Rangers fan, or were you an Islanders?
So I'm going to give an awful answer to you.
You hated hockey.
No.
He was a Sharks fan.
I was, well, I mean, that would
That'd be
be
an
a
awful
really
answer.
bad answer.
Remember though, Vince Scully grew up a Giants fan.
Yeah, but that was in
I'm just saying.
that was in
but
1903.
That's a different era.
I'm just saying.
So I grew up a baseball fan. I was
Okay.
a big Yankees fan. I didn't know much from hockey growing up because I never really went to games growing up. We didn't have Rangers tickets. The Islanders were still on the island, and the Devils were in Jersey. Why would
Yeah.
you ever want to go there? So I was a baseball guy. I played baseball and loved the Yankees. My dad was a big Yankees fan. But I kind of got into hockey in college. and Northeastern happens to be in one of the top tier leagues for Division I college hockey. So I got to call their games and get exposed to the sport at a really high level. So that's really what sparked my interest in the sport. I didn't have like a fandom growing up. So I have a clean slate. I don't have any sort of prior affiliation that I have to give up. The crest on the shirt, that's my team now.
Oh, good. That's a good answer.
Yeah,
that wasn't
really
a
good
bad answer. That was a good answer.
Yeah, it was a great answer.
But
I was going to say
didn't
you
have a
were.
team.
So now, did you announce hockey games at all though in college?
Yeah.
Did you? Okay, you did.
Yeah, and because they had a team, right?
Yeah.
Most colleges don't have teams. There are only 60 Division I hockey programs in the country.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are what you'd call schools that play up from D3 or D2 and they're D1, like Union College in Schenectady. It's a Division III program, but they have Division I hockey.
Yeah.
So just as an example.
I can see that. You have a bunch of like small little private schools or Catholic schools in the Northeast.
Oh yeah,
where they're
Merrimack
like
College or Division II.
Yeah, they're like elite level hockey schools.
Yeah.
And you know their regular sports are probably just like co-ed type of let's go play in the park, and their hockey program, because it is like, you know, we're in an area where it snows half the year, it's elite.
Oh yeah.
And then like North Dakota State.
Yeah.
They don't play
you know.
hockey. Sorry.
No?
No.
What? I always see them in the I always see
So-
Notre Dame, Boston College, North Dakota State, and somebody else in the
Minnesota.
Frozen
It's
Four.
North Dakota, not North Dakota State. Don't confuse the artist formerly known as the Fighting Sioux with the Bison.
The Bison.
Ah.
Okay. My
so
mistake.
they are the North Dakota formerly Fighting Sioux, now Fighting Hawks. That's the hockey team you're thinking of.
Ah.
See, I'm a college hockey
You
evangelist.
see, he knows.
Oh, okay.
I will convert you to the virtues of Division I college
Yeah, because
hockey.
we don't have that out here. I think the
Yeah.
first Pac-12 school to have a hockey team is Arizona or
Arizona
State.
State.
Yeah.
Arizona State, and they still don't have a conference, which is unfortunate.
And it's like, where do you play hockey in Arizona?
Well, the Coyotes are having trouble with that
Yeah.
at the moment, so I don't think it's quite a college program. College problem, I should say. It's a problem for
It's a
everybody.
state.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a challenge.
Well, we'll see how Vegas does with that as well.
That's true. That's true.
Probably
Although
better.
I will say the support that they have for season tickets and everything has been phenomenal.
Yeah.
And from when they started that team, I think they got like 4,000 season ticket deposits. It wasn't even a team yet.
Yeah.
They just had an idea of let's sell some tickets for a team that might exist. They got 4,000 within 24 hours. I think they had 10,000 by the end of the month. It's ridiculous how fast they sold tickets for that.
I think they have more season ticket holders than the Chargers do.
They might.
May not be wrong on that one.
The Chargers started putting banners over the empty seats because they can't sell out a soccer stadium.
So, Alex, let's before we get into how you kind of hooked on with the Kings, let's talk even a little bit more. So, what kind of music do you like?
Oof. Well,
Because we need fans to get to know you, because they're not going to know that from the booth. You're not going to be talking about music during the booth. Yeah.
Although a couple guys with the Kings are big music fans. I'm not as much, but if I had to put it into a channel, it'd be like the Sirius Spectrum channel. So classics, some new stuff.
Yes.
I'm not into heavy alternative or kind of modern rock of any, but that Spectrum channel pretty well encompasses. That's good.
So
I used to listen to oldies, right? You know the station K-Earth?
Yeah.
Here? So they used to have a station in New York, or they still do, kind of a similar format. I grew up listening to that. I didn't rebel. I wasn't one of those kids that wanted like the pop music stuff. I listened to what my parents listened to. So it was kind of weird growing up like that.
we're not going to see Instagram pictures of you and John Rosen at a Fish concert?
No.
You do
can
know
go
that
to
he
his
likes-
Fish concert. And I have good friends who are big Dave Matthews Band devotees, but no.
Yeah.
Well, you won't find me at a Fish concert.
Okay. we kind of give Rosen a hard time about that.
As
He's
you
fine
should.
with
You
it.
should give him a hard time about everything.
We try to.
Well,
He
you
gives us a
should.
hard time too.
Well, it's because he doesn't like to speculate. We always try to get him to speculate.
Oh,
so all of our
boy.
questions go,
I hope you're not going to ask me to speculate because you're going to be sorely disappointed.
you don't speculate either?
He probably speculates less.
Jesus.
I'm paid not to speculate.
Yeah.
Well, we don't get paid by the team, and we're on the internet. That's why we can speculate all we want.
Of course, everything you hear on the internet is true.
It's true, especially if you hear it on our channel. So
Exactly.
what I want to know, and what the fans want to know, is there's a youth movement with our broadcasting, like Joe Davis, under 30. You're under 30. You're also replacing a legend. Unfortunately, you guys got put in a position where the Mount Rushmore of sports broadcasting existed with Chick Hearn and Vince Scully and Miller. So now you guys are replacing them. And like I explained to the viewers before, when they're like, "Oh, should we go with like young people?" I go, "Listen, at one point, those guys were the young guys.
That's right.
You know, 60
Scully
years
was hired at 23, right?
yeah,
by the
60
Dodgers?
years,
Yeah.
67 years later, we got Joe Davis. So we, like you said, and we don't expect you to, replace Bob or what he does, and you're going to bring in your own stories, your own flavor. But how does a 28-year-old, millennial from Brooklyn end up in Hollywood?
Well, a little bit of luck and a little bit of, I'd like to think that I'm pretty good at calling hockey, so that helps. But I had a couple contacts at Fox who I had known through the years, and they had known that I was a hockey guy, that I was a hockey fan, and I liked broadcasting hockey. So I was here unrelated to anything hockey, and I set up a meeting, and I was expressing interest in, I'm looking into NHL jobs, and this Vegas team is starting, and I don't know. All the while, I knew that the Kings had an opening, and I wanted to prod and see if they were interested in, having me submit an application and be a part of it. So he stops me mid-sentence when I'm talking about, I'm looking at jobs, and he said, "Yeah, you realize we have an opening here, right? You realize we have an opening with the Kings." And I was, well, yeah.
No. You don't say, really? Oh my God!
I knew, but I didn't know if you were looking at the younger guys or whatever. But
wait, younger than you?
Well, they're younger than, I don't know, the median age of broadcasters in the NHL, which I'm probably
I think you're the youngest broadcaster in North America for the 4 major sports. It's him, Joe, and the guy that does the play-by-play for Houston. They're the 3 youngest dudes in the country, all under 30.
I know I'm younger than Joe. Am I the youngest guy?
You might be. I don't know how old the guy from Houston is.
As if that wasn't enough pressure, man.
Yeah.
Well, wow. That just blew my mind. I'll go back to the story then. So I had... This was 3 days before I made my NHL debut on NBCSN. So I had been doing college hockey work for them. And I had this meeting 3 days before my debut. And I'm thinking, oh boy, not only is this my first NHL game, this could be an audition for the Kings job. So while I was in his office, and I knew he was going to watch, because while I was in his office, he set his DVR right in front of me. So
letting you know, hey.
Yeah, he was interested. So that game comes and goes, and it winds up being a wild overtime 5-4 game. Just awesome real material. Like if you're a young broadcaster, all you want is just real material. I want to put this on my demo reel. I want this to showcase as the best of me. I got an overtime NHL game with a dramatic finish. Can't ask for anything better. So this is the end of March. I was told in mid-April I was being considered among several other candidates. So come early May, I get word they've whittled it down and you're one of their finalists. They want to bring you in for an interview and an audition. This was May 19th that I came in.
And you're still living in Brooklyn?
I'm still living in Connecticut.
In Connecticut.
So I had moved from Boston. I had gone to school in Boston, moved from there to Connecticut only like 10 months prior. So I was living there, hop on a flight to LA, meet with all the people with the team. I'm sitting at the head of a boardroom table. Like this is the most intimidating interview scenario.
Oh, God.
All the department heads from marketing to social to the communication.
And they're all just staring at you.
All
they're all
staring
just like,
at me and all asking questions like, so where are you from? What got you interested in hockey? What do you think about this job? You're young. How are you going to sell us on being a young guy? And I'm like,
yeah, you're like half all their ages.
Yeah, pretty much. Although I will say the Kings as an organization, their office is pretty young. It feels more like a startup than it does a sports team. I'm dead serious on that.
Does Bailey come to those meetings?
He wasn't there for that meeting, although we did have a staff outing shortly after I got hired, and he did show up there and he did annoy everybody.
Okay. Because it seems like he's at everything.
Yeah, the big drum that he has at the game.
Yeah.
He showed up with that too. It was really inappropriate.
Nice.
He does a lot of inappropriate things.
Perfect. That's what we have him here for.
But yeah, so we go through that whole process. Then I'm meeting with Luc Robitaille.
Man.
I'm meeting with Luc Robitaille.
Yeah.
Hockey Hall of Famer. His jersey's up in the rafters. He's a legend in this town. And I think in my infinite wisdom, the first question I asked him, because he just got promoted to president, I said, so how's the new job treating you? Of course, not thinking at the time, he was here as a player and, he's kind of legendary and he hasn't really ever left. So this isn't really a new gig for him. He just got a promotion.
I would have just seen him walking through the door and I would have gone, Lou. So I think.
See, but I wasn't a Kings fan growing up, so I wouldn't have known to have done that.
Okay. Point.
So I'm glad I didn't, because that probably would have lost me the job. But he is the coolest person on the face of the earth.
Nice.
He's one of those guys that'll come by your cube and just talk with you for 20 minutes. Hey, how's it going? That kind of thing. Just anything on his mind. I had one instance where I just asked him as he was walking by, hey, Luke, how's it going? He said, doing great. We're undefeated, man. It's the preseason. I'm feeling awesome. He's just that cool. So I talk with him, get done with that. Go downtown, do the audition with Jim Fox. I had never met the guy before. I had only, just in preparing for the interview, I'd only watched Kings games in the last couple of years to get a sense for who he was, what he did. And we didn't step on each other once. I mean, you come in with a guy that you're completely unfamiliar with, and I didn't step on him. He didn't step on me in the audition. And I'm not just talking stepping on his toes, because I would have been nervous enough to be going like with my legs. But the audition went supremely well. Met the CEO of AEG after that night, and I was convinced I crushed this. That was the best I've ever felt about a job interview in my life. I crushed it. And 4 days later, they offered me the job. It was a dream, total dream.
And so when did you officially move to Los Angeles?
July 3rd I got here. July
now,
5th, sorry.
For people that follow you on the Instagram, they would know that you actually drove from Connecticut with your dad across the country to Los Angeles. So you coming in from Marina to our studio here in the Valley isn't too much of a trek when you just did the entire country.
No. That trip.
How do you do that? That's awful. I hate going into the
Some
West Side.
bonding time there.
It was a lot of bonding time.
A lot of bonding.
That was, I've always wanted to do a road trip somewhere, and this just provided a convenient excuse. But we broke it up. We could have done it in 4 days and really just crushed, 12, 14 hours of driving every day. We broke it up into 7 days. We went to Nashville. We went to Oklahoma City. We went to the Grand Canyon. It was an awesome experience. I love doing it. And I'm driving this peanut little Honda Civic all the way across the country. So it's not like, we have all the amenities in some fancy car, but it was so much fun. I would do it again.
I don't think I would.
I wouldn't want to go back.
At all.
Well, why not?
I'm in a car. My part-time job, and I'm not an Uber driver or a Lyft or anything. My part-time job is basically sitting in traffic, like just on the 405, on the 101. I'm on those highways like 20 hours a week.
See, this is the thing about this city that I have yet to understand, and I apologize if I offend anybody. How much productivity is lost by people sitting in traffic every single day? Imagine how much more productive Los Angeles could be. Imagine the amount of money that could be made if you weren't sitting in traffic.
That's what I'm saying. But because of out-of-state people like Curtis.
Shut up. I've lived here since I was 6.
You were born in Minnesota.
No, here's the deal. I have a mobile office.
Yeah.
So I spend about 14 hours a week in my car, maybe 15 hours a week in my car.
Well, that's your
It's a lot of time. Yeah. Well, I live in Long Beach and I drive to Somar. But it's just you get a lot of work done while you're driving.
How?
You're talking to people, and you can voice to text.
Are you one of those dangerous drivers?
No, I do the voice to text. I'm pretty good. I do. I could rattle off about 10 emails in the hour that I'm driving. So I'm good.
Dictating.
I'm still looking at the road. I'm still looking straight ahead.
I can't wrap my head around this.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. I wish there was some. We need hover cars. Is what we need.
No, I told Musk is building the tunnel.
Oh, the tunnel would be good.
Hyperloop.
The Hyperloop would be good. That'd be cool too.
Well, what you could have done is, 30 years ago, you could have invested in a nice public transit system.
We could have, yeah. They're trying to do that now.
Yeah.
It's a little late.
They're catching up.
Well, since we have the Olympics now, so they're trying to do it in a hurry.
Excuse now.
They are.
But if we leave our studio now, we could beat the traffic and get to the Coliseum before the Olympics start.
Yeah, well. Although it's funny, who was I talking to the other day? I can't remember who it was, but they were talking about the '84 Olympics, and they said it was the best week of traffic of their lives because everyone left town. Nobody wanted to deal with it.
Well,
why can't just people do that on a daily basis?
And,
that'd be great.
Well, when they shut down the 405, they always call it Carmageddon. So whenever they shut down portions of the 405, what they do is the mayor, Garcetti, will come out and say, hey, guys, we partnered with Las Vegas, with Phoenix, with San Francisco for like hotel deals and all this kind of stuff.
Really?
So, yeah.
Get people out of town?
So do us a favor. Don't drive on the 405 or anywhere near it. Stay away from Sepulveda and go away for the weekend or whatever. And the freeway will be closed 10 p.m. Friday night to 5 a.m. Monday morning. And that's how they get people out of town.
See, this is my cynical New Yorker coming out. But if they're working on the subways, they don't tell people to leave town. They just say, deal with it and find a way.
Now,
they're going to tell people to leave town?
We would complain about it.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Albert, we have a special segment that we're going to do.
We do have a special segment that we've not done before. Guys, this is a new segment that we're doing called Star Wars or Hockey Player. And to do that, I'm not going to use Curtis because Curtis is just going to butcher
I'll get everyone
it.
wrong.
Yeah, you're awful.
Well, I'm not going to pronounce names because I'm terrible.
Well, then they wouldn't
Let's rewind
work.
back. Hold on a second. How hard is it to pronounce some of these names?
Pretty hard.
And
Especially
do
the
you have
Russian
to
ones.
practice a lot? How do you, do you just practice?
Yeah, and it's, I'll do it during warm-ups when they're out there skating. I'll train my eyes. 26 Galchenyuk, or with the game I did in Tampa, the goalie's name was Vasilevsky. You had a Kucherov, you had a Nemesnikov, and you had all these Russian names that have a billion syllables. So I just had to practice it a lot and just not screw it up when I'm on the air.
Okay, because it's tough. Well, now
You lose more credibility by not pronouncing names right than anything you ever do. as an announcer. Yeah.
Well, in
Especially
any sport,
in the day and age of the internet. But I would tell the internet, I'm like, guys, listen, deal with it. You can't pronounce them either.
Is that
Deal
what I
with
should
it.
do?
You shouldn't.
Hashtag deal with it?
Yeah, you shouldn't
Where are
because
my
they might
sunglasses? I
it
put
might
my
make you look
sunglasses
bad.
Hashtag deal.
so let's so I'm
Let's
not
get
doing
you out
it.
of here because
I'm not
you
doing
can't pronounce anything.
No.
And let's bring in Michael Duarte of NBC Sports
All right.
because
Oh, boy.
he's going to come in and he's going to help us do this.
Michael's going to come sit down.
Yeah. Michael, thank you for coming in.
Hey, everybody,
should've
thank
worn
you
a
for
blazer.
You should've worn a
having
blazer.
me. The baby blue blazer.
And I don't have a blazer and I don't have that T-shirt.
We can get you that T-shirt.
I
We have a
feel
bunch of them.
left out.
We have a bunch of them. But we are
I'll feel
making
like
we
a
are
real
making
athlete.
these really cool LA King shirts that we're gonna send to you, and I think you'll like it. I have two really good ideas with my graphic designer, and we've been sketching them out.
Okay.
I'm not an artist per se, but I have ideas, and I go, Richie, from my head to your pen, let's do this. And then that's what Richie designed for us.
Oh, what?
So we'll get you some LA King stuff. But let's play Star Wars or hockey player.
Albert's gonna make the drive worth it for you. He's gonna hook you up with a T-shirt. And he'll
See,
say,
it's
"I
true.
did the best coast show."
And all I got was this lousy T-shirt.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Well,
what
see,
he'll
I'm not
say.
that far away from being a college student, so they're all about the free T-shirts. Like, you'll get paid in T-shirts when you're in college, and you'll be happy.
Some King swag. You'll be getting that throughout the season. Some bobbleheads, some free T-shirts, hopefully some McFlurries, right? Some
McFlurries,
last-minute-
McFlurry minutes.
McFlurry minutes, some
Yes.
last-minute goals.
Oh boy, we
Pro
had
tip, because
Yeah.
we're gonna have some pronunciation problems for this game,
Oh,
Star
boy.
Wars or hockey player. When you go to the morning skate as a reporter, I've been to plenty of morning skates. If you have any question, just pull the guy aside after the skate. How do I pronounce your name? Because I've had King's PR. If I mispronounce it or misspell it in a story, I will get an email from one of them. Okay,
yeah.
this is how it's spelled. This is how it's
They're
pronounced.
good about
So,
that. Did I
yeah.
tell you they're very good at their jobs?
I would imagine that they are.
Hi, boss.
They're very thorough. So I know you're you're not new to hockey. You're a hockey fan. I mean, you did the AHL. I mean, this should be easy for you,
Should be.
right?
But how well does he know Star
So
Wars?
it's a competition.
Yeah. See, there's some of the minor characters in Star Wars. I'm not up on it.
So this is going to be between the two of you.
I got
okay,
this.
you got this.
He's
Who's
gonna get
going
crushed.
first? Do you guys want to rock paper scissors?
wanna
to
go
see who
first?
goes first?
I'll go first.
All right,
You go
Albert.
first. You're the guest.
All right, I go first.
All right,
go
Alex,
second 'cause
you're
I have a
going
home field.
first.
All right.
Our first name: Star Wars character or NHL player? Tasu Leach.
I'm gonna say Star Wars character.
That is correct. We got one for Alex.
Yeah.
There's a famous leech in hockey, but his first name.
That's true. That's true. All right, Albert, you ready?
Do it.
Jess Testor. Star Wars character or hockey player?
I'm going
Jess?
hockey player.
That is incorrect.
Ugh.
That is a Star Wars character from the new Last Jedi coming out. Now
That's
that
not out
Disney-
yet.
now that
That's
Disney has
not even out
revamped
yet.
The franchise.
How is that fair?
Well, I think
That's
he
not
was,
fair.
I think he was also in the first one that just came out. What was that one? The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
He was also in The Force Awakens.
I'm going to IMDb that and check.
Check it
I
out.
think I'm getting screwed on my own show here.
No, Disney.
We're gonna have
Disney
errors and
revamped.
omissions later.
All right. Well, we know he's not in the NHL, so you lose. by
Right, so I
default.
lose.
That's true. You lose anyway.
I lose anyway.
All right, back to Alex. Alex up 1-0. Hub Macy.
Hub Macy. I'm gonna say hockey player.
A New York Ranger of all.
go.
Great job, Brooke. That's 2 for Alex.
2-0.
2-0. All right,
It's-
ready, Albert?
Well, he's new to the Kings organization. 2-0 is the worst lead in hockey.
Yeah, that's just
true.
a cliche.
That is
though.
true.
Not if you have a good goalie.
Not with the Kings.
Not if you have John Quick back there between the pipes.
That's true. But I'm going to come roaring
A
back.
healthy
right,
quickie.
all right.
Healthy quickie. Ready? Here we go.
I should go down 0-3 on purpose.
Why?
Pull it off.
You're already down 0-2 on
The-
purpose
the-
if
the
what you're telling me is true.
2014 Kings run.
Yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, okay. Here we go. Jakku Varmik.
NHL player.
That is a Star Wars character.
Oh,
that is
God.
incorrect.
Is it from a movie that's not even out yet?
You are down. No, that is actually from the Force. I'm sorry, the Force Awakens.
You just said The Last
one.
Jedi.
The last one that just came out.
Okay, The Force Awakens.
Right.
I should have paid more attention to that movie.
Back over to Alex, who's up
didn't know they
2-0.
had
You're
last
crushing
names.
this game. This is good.
Yeah, I didn't know they had last names either.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Lewd check.
Lewd check.
Lewd check.
Like Lewd. Can I have that in a sentence,
Like an
please?
inappropriate check, right? Against the boards.
I can see that. I can see that.
Star Wars
lewd.
character.
That is a member of the Detroit Red Wings and Chicago Blackhawks in the NHL. That is incorrect. Still up 2-0, though.
All right.
Lobbing it back
I was
over
going to
to
go Star
Albert.
Wars character on that one, too.
All right, ready? I apologize for my pronunciation here. Spragu Cleghorn. Spragu Cleghorn.
God, because that could be either one. I'm going to say NHL player.
A Montreal Canadian. That is correct, Albert. Ooh, he's back in the game. 2-1.
Yeah, we don't like them very much. They haven't been forgiven for 93.
That's also true. All right, ready, Alex? Back
All
over
right.
to you. Elo Asti.
Hockey player.
That is a Star Wars character.
Sounds like some
And
Finnish
that one
player.
is the it's the Force
Why do
Awakens.
these guys have last names? I've never heard any of these last names.
That's a good point. All
How
right,
can
ready?
I fact check this if they're
Han
we
Solo
don't even
has a
hear
last
the last
name.
name of the movie?
Boba Fett.
Yeah, but
Luke
that's only a
Skywalker.
handful of
George,
them.
George Lucas probably named all of these people. He probably gave them like birth dates and like
That's
like,
probably
the
true,
bar
too.
mitzvahs. Like he had the whole thing.
That's
like,
probably true,
He had
too.
the whole like origin stories for these characters.
And now that they're owned by
mapped out.
Disney, we're going to have origin
Oh, yeah.
episodes and TV shows.
Oh,
and it's a moneymaker, man.
There's probably dolls for these people, and they were in 5 seconds of the film. Okay, here we go. 2-1, Alex. Back over to you, Albert. Chance to tie. Jarko Rutu. Jarko Rutu.
He's not a robot. I'm going to say NHL player.
He is an Anaheim Duck. Last played for the Anaheim Ducks.
Yeah.
It is 2-2.
We're tied up, baby.
All right. Back over to Alex. Here we go. Punch Imlock. Punch Imlock.
You're probably pronouncing that wrong.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, this was
Punch.
punch like you punch someone.
All right.
Punch
What's your name of your
Imlock.
child? Punch.
Star Wars character or NHL player? Punch.
Because they might live in
Imlock.
another galaxy.
That's a good point.
You can't be feeding things in my head.
I'm just saying.
I'm gonna say Star Wars player. Or
Star Wars
character.
player? Yeah, that's both. You can't do both.
He's a hockey player on the
God.
Jandu planet.
Exactly.
All right, final answer is what?
It's the Star Wars character.
That is incorrect. He is a Toronto Maple
Who
Leaf.
names their child Punch?
You can ask them when they visit
Someone
Los
really
Angeles.
liked
I
Hawaiian
will.
Punch.
Wait, is this a current Toronto Maple Leaf?
No.
How many?
Older player, was also a coach on the team.
Okay.
All right. Albert for the win.
Oh boy.
Oh, let's do this.
For the win. If not, we have a tiebreaker. We'll have to keep going like sudden death. Ready. Snap Wexley.
Star Wars character.
That is correct. Albert takes the win from the
In your
from
face.
the King's voice. Well, that was fun, guys. I'm going to let
names
Curtis
their
come
child
back and
Punch?
take it. Albert takes it 3-2. Good job, Albert.
Let me dab on you.
Thank you, Michael. That was
Thank you,
good.
Michael, for joining us for that segment.
I would have screwed all those up. I wouldn't have got. Oh, a punch I would have got, but that was great.
Man,
Yeah.
Punch.
That was
That
was a battle.
legitimately annoys me.
we should put that on a shirt. Who names their kid Punch?
Who names their kid Punch? Who names their kid Punch?
I wonder where he's from. He might be from like an ex-Soviet country.
We'll get Michael to look that up. He's
Yeah.
going to look that up. Punch.
Errors and omissions.
That's crazy. All right, so that was good. So Alex already said he's not going to give us any bold predictions, Alex. But
Yeah, well, I could give you bold predictions.
okay.
I just can't speculate.
he
Okay,
can't
no
speculate.
No
Oh,
speculation.
okay, so we could do that.
We could
okay,
pre-
no
we could
speculating.
predict, we could prognosticate, but no speculation.
All right.
Like,
So,
I'm not going to tell you how many goals I think Andrzej Kopitar is going to.
Wow.
That's just like because
Yes.
I got to see him in the locker room every day, and he's going to say, what are you giving? What are you feeding those numbers for? You?
exactly.
45.
So
I'd be happy with that.
Albert, let's start with you on the bold predictions because you always have some crazy ass
predictions.
bold prediction.
Bold prediction. We make the playoffs without winning the Pacific Division because we never win the Pacific. We've only won our division like twice in our history. Stanley Cup champions.
That's pretty bold.
Conn Smythe,
Pretty bold.
Toffoli.
Wow. Okay.
Because he goes insane this year, and him with his dad Carter on the same line, he will score 40. He will score 40 goals this year.
It's interesting because I thought that wasn't so bold to start when you said they weren't going to win the division. I think my bold prediction is they will win the division. My favorite to win the cup is actually Edmonton, even though their goaltending's a little bit suspect. Goaltending defense still a little bit suspect. But my bold prediction is the Kings would win the division. I reasonably think that they're going to make the playoffs. That's my baseline prediction. Because I think they will score more goals this year. I know it's been the thing the last couple of years. When are they going to score more goals? But I think they will this year. It won't be by leaps and bounds, but they will have some more. It'll be enough to get by an older San Jose team. I don't think Anaheim will win the division, though. I have Edmonton win the division.
They've won, what, 5 years in a row now?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
how
5 in a row.
how
the
pissed
record
off,
is 9, by the way.
Oh, is it?
Colorado.
How pissed off are you going to be when you're making that jazz hands call when we win the Stanley Cup? You're just going to be like, crap.
Why
I was
would
wrong.
I be angry at
I was
that?
wrong on the show.
This would be a good thing.
I was wrong. My
be
predictions
good.
were wrong.
Prediction. I don't care if my predictions are wrong.
We hope
I'll
they're
just
wrong.
throw them up against the board and see if they stick.
Go Kings, go!
I don't mind
Go,
if they're
Kings,
wrong.
go.
I would be more than happy for them to win the Stanley.
I-
In my first year, you kidding me?
That'd be great. Well, we already told Joe, we're like, bro, when we win the World Series, understand that that standard has been set for you, so we will expect it every year.
Yeah, but technically he was there last year.
Technically.
Yeah.
He
But
was
this is
a
the
fill-in.
first. But he was kind of. They weren't sure if he was going to be the permanent.
They weren't.
Okay,
sure.
maybe
Are
they
you
were
kidding
sure.
me?
They
He
knew.
was always the guy.
But we're sure about you right now. You
I
are
hope
the
you
guy.
I hope the Kings are.
Nice. All right. Well, we look forward.
Otherwise, I moved cross country. I drove my car cross country for this.
And you're about to get married. You have a fiance. How did she feel about the move? You just came home one day. Hey, so we're moving across the country.
I kind of got a job.
Yeah, kind of. No, she's thrilled about it. It's
Because I'm sure she likes LA better than Connecticut.
only during the winter.
Only during the winter.
Because during the only thing I will say is there are more trees in Connecticut.
I believe that.
We can work on that in LA a little bit.
Yeah, we have more like
We like
cement and asphalt.
succulents and stuff. We like low plants that
Low
spike
plants
things.
that
Yeah.
need very little water.
Very
when
little
does it
water.
rain here? By
Never.
the way,
It only rains when you have something important to do.
really?
Yeah. So like if you have to go to a wedding or something, that's the day it's going to rain on you. So
gonna
it's going to rain
Why
on your
is
wedding.
someone getting married in January?
I'm just saying it's going to rain on you. No. This will be like in the middle of March. It might be in June. You get
Why are
that
you
one
getting
day
married
of
in
gloom.
March?
I don't know.
Some people do.
When are you
I
getting
guess
married?
you can get married in March out here.
It's 72 all the time here. Not in the valley. but,
Ah.
You know.
That's why Bailey's the number 72. That is the average temperature in Los Angeles year round.
There we go.
That's exactly why he has that number. I actually have a Bailey jersey. I
you?
told you about that. Yeah.
Do you?
He's
Yeah.
everybody's favorite.
Man.
Well, because I figured, the players come and go. The mascot's not going to go. We're not going to trade Bailey or not
No.
re-sign him.
No.
So I was like, I, can have this
you
jersey for the rest of my
could.
life.
If
I don't think
if
other
you
teams
really
would take him.
offended people.
Other
I mean,
teams won't take him. They'll be like, listen, that's a liability. We're not going to deal with that.
ability. I have like a mini rivalry going on with Bailey.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he.
You can team up with CM Punk.
So I took Bailey's cube at the office. He got demoted to the 3rd floor. We have we have
Nice.
2 different areas in the office. We're going to move over to TSC eventually, where the practice facility is. But for now, we have some office space on the 5th floor of our building and some on the 3rd floor. I kicked him out of his cube. He's now on the 3rd floor, so he's not happy
Poor
about
Bailey.
that. And
Does he
we've
play
been-
tricks on you at all or anything?
Yeah, we've had a couple run-ins already.
Nice. You need to film some of that. We get some of the BTS.
Yeah,
of-
he's not too good with being able to hold the smartphone while doing the pranks. He usually pays somebody else to do that, but
Well, he doesn't have thumbs.
no, and I don't know how it would work with the iPhone, especially with the
Yeah, you need thumbs.
you need thumbs for that. So he usually just brings in somebody else to do that. But yeah, we have a little thing going on where I tend to blame him for a lot of things.
Cool. If you need help, we're always down to troll.
I'm more than happy to troll Bailey.
It would be awesome.
He was none too happy about me taking his workspace, and he hasn't let me hear the end of it. So
I'd be pretty pissed off too if I've been here for like a decade and the new guy just shows up and is like, "Yeah, so you're gonna have to go."
oh, it wasn't. I didn't have to tell him. Luckily, somebody just took his stuff and moved him downstairs.
Oh, which is even worse. You had someone else do it for you.
Yeah,
was
so I
great.
showed up. I had a nice, clean, empty cube, and put my stuff in
The
there.
question
and
is,
it's
why
fine.
does Bailey need a cubicle at all? That's the question.
You know what? Good point.
I mean, why does he need one?
I don't know. I don't know if it's booby trapped or whatnot yet, because I haven't opened any of the file drawers right next to it. But yeah, I don't know what he needs a cube for. But he does apparently have a cube in the office.
If you find a peanut can in your drawer,
Yeah.
be careful because there might be snakes in it.
I haven't opened the drawers yet. So if
Gift of
there's
the
a
day?
can in there.
Yeah.
Cool. So let's go to our gift of the day, guys. I don't know if you saw this last week, but our gift of the day. This is Alec Martinez with like ping lag. Goes in, doesn't react. Officials make it official, and then we get the celebration. Did you obviously saw this?
We
You
saw
called-
this live.
Yeah.
So Jim didn't see it. So we were rolling to commercial break, and this was airing, and I'm like, Jim, have you ever seen this before, where they're just like staring around and of course, Alec being Alec, he gets the whole group going. But it's preseason, so Camilleri scores. Nobody saw it because it got stuck underneath the back of the goal. The official, because it's preseason, I guess, was very nonchalant of like, yeah, it's a goal. Okay. So he's just standing there with his arm down. He didn't point or do anything that they're supposed to. The folks upstairs didn't see it to turn on the goal light, or the goal judge didn't even see it, so the goal light didn't go on. Dieter upstairs with the goal horn didn't see it, so he didn't flip the goal horn, so everyone's just like, what happened, man?
Yeah.
So, yeah, of course it goes off, and Alec is like, hey, guys. It's if you want a window into his personality, that is Alec Martinez in a nutshell. He's awesome. Awesome guy.
And he's working on his preseason celebration.
Pretty
It's not
much.
totally fine-tuned
Yeah,
yet.
Selly's in preseason form.
Nice, nice.
Awesome.
They need to work on that just a bit.
I
Jeff
hope-
Carter, as you saw over the offseason, he got some tips, but Mr. Sirius hasn't put them to use yet.
Well, I don't know. He's like the fatherly figure there, right? He's like
That's
their
true.
Chase Utley. That's why he's like has Toffoli around and Pearson around, and you got that 70s line, and he's always in those really sharp suits. We always talk about how the Kings players are like the most handsome players in the league because they know how to dress.
Yep.
PK should have been on the team because he has his own line of suits,
Yeah.
and then he could have given every guy on the team a suit.
Maybe I
Given
should
it.
ask these guys for their tailors.
That would be
I
a
would
really good
be
idea.
all in on
How are
it.
you going to go to the charity events and not be suited up the way they are?
Obviously, I'm being outclassed at the moment, so I need to work on that.
That's true.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that's been our show. Don't forget to stalk us on Twitter. Don't forget to stalk Alex on Twitter. Give us your Twitter.
It's Alex_Faust. Somebody got in before me on the regular one. So
That's terrible.
yeah. but-
You guys should go troll that Alex
No, don't do that.
while following this one.
No, don't do that. Don't troll anybody. We're nice, except for the King social media people. They sometimes troll people,
That's true.
including me.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
Oh yeah. Every time I say something that might even give a hint of, oh hey, you didn't know that. You're the new guy. You're the rookie. Ha ha ha. Yeah, they do that.
Because you're in the new kid in class.
Yeah, I'm the new kid in class. They're picking on me.
Nice.
For sure.
Nice.
They all sit on the third floor too, so it's the band of misfit toys.
Oh, that makes sense. All right, guys, but don't forget to stalk us on Twitter. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can find us on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, really wherever podcasts are heard. But that's been our show, and you guys have a good night.